Welcome back to Global Pathways. I'm Lena, and today we're comparing two very different global strategies, the United Arab Emirates and Lithuania. The UAE has become one of the most attractive destinations for entrepreneurs and investors, known for its tax advantages, fast company setup, and international business environment. At the same time, Lithuania is emerging as a strategic gateway into the European Union, offering stability, access, and long-term residency pathways. And there's a reason for that. According to Visa Index, the Lithuanian passport ranks 11th globally, with visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to around 181 destinations. Once you obtain permanent residency in Lithuania, you gain access to free public education for your children, healthcare, and the ability to bring your family members to live with you. So this isn't just about business, it's about long-term positioning and security. So how do these two options actually compare? Tom, welcome.
Thanks, Lena. This is a very interesting comparison because both the UAE and Lithuania are strong, but they serve completely different strategic goals.
Let's start with the fundamentals. UAE versus Lithuania. What's the main difference?
The UAE is about tax efficiency and operational flexibility. It offers no personal income tax, fast company setup, and a very business-friendly environment. Lithuania is about EU positioning. It gives you access to the European market, regulatory alignment, and a pathway to permanent residency.
Let's talk about the actual structure of the UAE program.
The UAE Golden Visa is a long-term residency option, typically 5 to 10 years, renewable. To qualify, investors usually need around 2 million AED, which is roughly $550,000 depending on the route, often through real estate or business investment. Processing is relatively fast, usually between 1 to 6 months. There is no minimum stay requirement, which gives a lot of flexibility.
So it's fast and flexible, but at a higher entry level?
Exactly.
What about the practical side of living and operating in the UAE?
There are a couple of important considerations. First is the cost of living. Cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi can be quite expensive. Housing costs are high, schooling is private and costly, and overall lifestyle expenses can add up significantly. Second is regional positioning. While the UAE itself is stable, many global businesses today are diversifying their presence across regions. We're seeing companies expanding into Europe, relocating parts of their teams, or setting up additional bases.
So it's less about leaving the UAE and more about diversifying globally?
Exactly.
Can you give a real example?
Yes. We worked with a client who initially chose the UAE for tax efficiency, but his clients were mainly in Europe, so he faced challenges with positioning and credibility. He moved part of his operations to Lithuania. This allowed him to operate inside the EU, align with his market, and build stronger business relationships.
Let's talk about Lithuania. How does entry compare?
Lithuania is significantly more accessible. The minimum required investment starts from around €28,000, depending on the structure. You can establish or acquire a business, hire employees, and operate within the EU.
So much lower entry point?
Exactly. And for investors who want to scale, many choose to invest around €250,000 to acquire or grow a business. At that level, you gain full operational control, the ability to scale in the EU, and a fast track to permanent residency in about 3 years.
And financially?
A properly structured business in Lithuania can generate €1 million or more in turnover, with 15 to 20% profit margins. That's around €120,000 or more annually, so you're combining EU access with income generation.
What about long-term outcomes?
This is a key difference. In the UAE, residency is tied to your investment, and there is no direct path to citizenship through these programs. In Lithuania, you have a pathway to permanent residency and long-term integration into the EU system.
What about family inclusion?
The UAE allows spouse, children, and even parents under sponsorship. Lithuania also allows family inclusion and offers long-term benefits like education, healthcare, and EU mobility.
If you had to summarize UAE versus Lithuania.
The UAE is about tax efficiency and flexibility. Lithuania is about positioning, control, and long-term opportunity.
Tom, thank you. That was incredibly clear. To our listeners, the smartest strategy today isn't choosing one country. It's choosing the right structure for your future. If you want to know whether Lithuania fits your case, book a consultation with pathways.lt. Every case is different. Get a professional assessment. This is Global Pathways by pathways.lt. Until next time, stay strategic.